Tastes like Hawaii. I'm sorry, it's not you. It is you in a sense, but it's more of that there's someone else, and I'll be honest with you, it's Mezco. They announced a Batman, and we're through. He's mad because gas prices are so high. Welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on the channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. And welcome to episode 24, guys, of Coffee and Toys here on the CoolFigurez channel. And it is Toy Fair 2022 weekend, so there's going to be a lot of announcements. And as of filming this, it is barely Friday, so I am not even going to be able to fit everything that they announced all weekend because I filmed this on Friday, so we'll get around to the stuff that I don't talk about this week, next week, obviously. But aside from that, I am back from my trip from Maui, so that also means we are back to our regularly scheduled programming in terms of Coffee and Toys Live. And, of course, this week's Toy Haul. We also have this week's unboxing and so much more. So stay tuned for all of that. But first, if you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, hunting them, taking pics of them, and of course, playing with them. If that's your sort of thing, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, go ahead and hit that bell notification icon so you stay notified when I do upload new content. And if you do enjoy this video or any other content that I put out, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It is free and easy for you to do, and it really helps the channel grow. With all that out of the way, guys, once again, welcome to episode 24 of Coffee and Toys. And as you can see, it's been a good toy haul week, which we will definitely get into. We're also going to be talking about some Coffee and Toys Live stuff, but before that, why don't we go ahead and get into some personal stuff for me, because as you can see, I am back from the beautiful island of Maui, and I swear it gets harder and harder to leave that island every time, so much so that I'm already planning another trip for my birthday, so soon I should be returning. But yeah, as you can see, I am definitely dressed like I just visited, and the reason I got this is because I also got my boy Blue the same matching shirt. There you can see him enjoying his new shirt, and the reason I got his matching shirts is because he's actually going to be turning 4 next week on the 24th. So super excited to celebrate his birthday, and I want to do some matching pictures and stuff with him. I think that'd be really fun and cool, and then I always get him a cake for his birthday. He's such a spoiled dog. It is what it is. He's my son. I don't have kids right now, so he's my son as it is, so I definitely love spoiling him and enjoying everything that I can with him. So yeah, that's why I'm wearing this ridiculous shirt. I'm sure I look absolutely ridiculous, but in reading the tag, it was actually made in Hawaii, not in like China or anything, so that's pretty cool. Really helping the local economy there. So yeah, I had an absolutely amazing time on the beautiful islands of Maui. I did pick up 2 figures while I was there, 2 figures that I always said I wasn't going to, but I have to thank my girlfriend for instigating me on just saying fuck it, just pick them up so that way you can say you brought something back from Maui. And I said, you know what, you're right. And in fact, I kind of did want to do some shoots with them, but I picked them up on the final day that we were there, so I didn't really have time to do a TikTok to open them up and put them on the beach and stuff. But like I said, I will be returning soon, and I'm pretty sure they'll be coming with me so I can throw them on the beach and take some cool pics. But before we get into everything in terms of these toys, why don't we go ahead and talk a little bit of some Coffee and Toys Live. So as you know, last week there was no Coffee and Toys Live show because it was unfortunately my final day on the beautiful island of Maui, and I wanted to enjoy it as much as I can. And we were up at the crack of dawn, watched the sunrise, and did a bunch of great stuff before our flight at 10 p.m. So no Coffee and Toys in this episode of the podcast either, but next week I am super excited for next week's episode because I will be talking to my first ever industry working person in the form of Diamond Select's marketing manager, Zach Oat. And I'm super excited to ask him all sorts of great questions, and hope you guys will be tuning in. I'll try to remember to put up a poll to see if you guys have any questions for him on my Instagram story come, probably I'll probably say Monday. I'll do it Monday. That way it gives me a little bit of time to add those questions to the questions I come up with for the conversation. And so, yeah, guys, super excited to be talking to him and get some nice insight on, behind the scenes of toys and toy making and marketing and all that. So, super excited to talk to Zach. Following Zach, we will be speaking with Ghost by Ghost, an apparel company that is in collaboration now with Mezco Toys, my favorite company, to bring us some Rumble Society clothing. So I'm super excited to talk to him about that. And he is also a former toy worker in the industry and stuff like that, much like Zach Oat is. So super excited to talk to him about certain stuff about that. And then after him, I believe it is 1/6 Shooter. Super excited to talk to him and all his toy photography tips that he can give me as a toy photographer. I'm gonna be a little selfish on that one, I'll admit. But then following him, we will have Sir Dork himself, so that we can discuss his brand new Toy Photography Con coming, I believe, June 18th. 2022 in somewhere, I think either New York or New Jersey. I don't know exactly the locations. One of those two. I can't remember exactly. So we'll be discussing that in that show. And following Sir Dork, I was able to reschedule Scott Knightlick of Spectre Creative. So I will be speaking to him the following week of Sir Dork. So super excited to be able to talk to him. Cleared everything up, let him know that it's only on the iPhone or any kind of mobile device, so that way he can be prepared this time. So super excited about that. So yeah, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on Coffee and Toys Live. I always like to do that on the podcast, so that way you guys know what's up and coming, and if you guys want to tune in or not. So yeah, with that being said, why don't we go ahead and talk about this week's toy haul. So basically, upon landing on Maui, I got a text saying that my Nosferatu was going to be delivered Thursday the following week. So I was like, perfect, I'll be arriving Thursday. The following day, I get a text saying it'd been delivered at my house, and I am super excited, and I was super anxious to get my hands on this figure. I was really anticipating and waiting for him, and he just surprisingly shipped out of nowhere and arrived out of nowhere, which was amazing. But yeah, I finally got my hands on him, and I had so much fun with him, just looking at him and playing with him in hand. I could not wait to take pictures of him, so I went ahead and already took some pics of him, besides the pics that I also took for his review video that will be coming Monday of this week. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, guys, I did not pick up the first release of this guy, so I am super excited to finally get my hands on a Nosferatu, and this version is absolutely amazing. Like I said, I've already taken pics of him because I could not wait, and he's just such an amazing figure. And what really sold it for me on this guy, honestly, I was still kind of on the fence, but when I saw he came with these Hellhounds, I was like, yes, I am sold. Now, they are static figures. They're not going to move. They're not articulated whatsoever, but they still are really cool. And the price point that he was coming for was really good. It's actually cheaper than the original release, and you also get, the Hell Wolves, the Bats, and the cloud of mist, smoke, or eerie, whatever they called it, plus also that giant coat and hat that he comes with, and a really cool head sculpt of him being burnt and stuff. So yeah, super cool, super excited to keep shooting with him. But yeah, guys, like I said, his review will be up on Monday, so I don't want to do too much talking on him, even though I want to, and I want to keep saying so much great stuff about him. I'm going to hold off and leave that for my review coming this week. So why don't we go ahead and talk about the thing that I actually picked up the night before I left for Hawaii, and that is the new Mcfarland Toys Dark Knight Returns Joker. Now, I picked this guy up for $15 because I picked him up off OfferUp without the Build-A-Figure piece, and I've already pre-ordered the Mcfarland Toys Witcher horse, so I don't need a Build-A-Figure horse. That's not going to be put together too well because I had to put it together, much like most of the other Build-A-Figures that Mcfarland has come out with. So I'd rather have a horse that's already been properly put together, and I'll just pay full price for that. So thankfully I was able to find this guy on OfferUp. Somebody was selling him just by himself with the stand and the cart and all the accessories, the extra hand and the knife, obviously. And honestly, I wasn't going to pick him up. However, I blame Toy Shiz for this because I did happen to watch his review one night while I was bored, and he happened to mention that the body is amazing, however the head sculpt sucks, and which I agree. And then he happened to mention that if you have the old Mattel Joker from the same series, the heads actually swap out. And there I went buying the Mattel one. So I found this last night for $20. Well, you're watching this on Sunday, so last night would have been Thursday night for me. For $20 on OfferUp, and basically I paid $35 for the 2 figures, which is essentially what you would pay for just the 1 figure, and I'm making him into basically a custom, which I personally would want more. It wasn't easy getting the head off, I'll have to admit that. I did have to heat it up with the blow dryer, and then still I had to use some needle nose pliers to pull out the peg from the head itself, and I did kind of make it a little janky and wonky, but it's still secure and in there, not broken, so it works. However, I'm not going to be pushing the head down on this guy anymore because that's the head sculpt that I got stuck on. But Toy Shiz, like I said that the head sculpts on this one will fit on this Joker as well, and this is the superior body, and when he showed it, it honestly was. So my dumb ass goes and buys the 2, and so I can do this. Take that head sculpt off, put this one. Oh, watch. I'll actually show you the pegs. So I don't know if you guys can see. It's all chewed up and stuff from me trying to grip it with the needle nose pliers and pull it out because it was not coming out of the head. But here we have, you know what? I'm going to take the battering out because last time I did that, the battering almost stabbed me in the hand. As you can see, the head sculpt fits. And we can go ahead and put the battering back in his eye. And now we have a far better Joker. And on top of that, this Joker also comes with a handgun, as you can see, and the head sculpt, even on the non-battering head, is far better than the one we are getting with the Mcfarland one. So I'm going to go ahead and take out the knife that comes with the Mcfarland one, and I'm going to go ahead and give him the handgun that comes with the Mattel one, which actually fits perfectly in his hand. And now we have the better version of this Joker. So there we go. I don't do too many customs. In fact, I only have one other custom, which is basically just a head swap, which is of my Clone Wars Obi-Wan, and I replaced the head of, or I took the helmet off the Super Commando, and I went ahead and just put Obi-Wan's head and put the helmet in his arm. So that way it's basically like Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Clone Wars in disguise as a Super Commando when he was trying to rescue Duchess Satine in that one episode. That's really the only other custom that I have in my collection, and like I said, it's not even a real custom, it's just a basic head swap, but that's all I can do. I'm not big on customs in terms of me personally doing them. I'm not against them, but like I said, I just don't have any artistic abilities. So for me, the best I can do in terms of customs is a head swap. So yeah, let me try to get this guy to stand real quick before we continue, because this guy looks awesome now. And in fact, I will be showing all of this in the videos that I do with these guys in terms of reviews, because I still have to do the reviews. I probably should have did the head swap after I did the reviews, because now the head's only going to be able to sit on the ball peg instead of actually locking in, because like I said, it's the original head sculpt that it got stuck in, so I really don't want to push that back in and get it stuck. And honestly, I probably should have brought the stand that he comes with to stand him up, but I didn't. So let's go ahead and try to get him to stand on his own. I apologize if this is taking a long time. You know what? Let me just go ahead and have... This is what happens when you rush. You start to make little mistakes, and then little mistakes add up to bigger mistakes. So take that as a life lesson, guys. Slow and steady wins the race, and focus on what you're doing, and you'll probably get it a lot better and a lot quicker than if you don't. So watch him not even stand on this spot of the table. Oh, look at that. So moving on to our vacation haul. So next up, like I said, I did pick up 2 figures that I said I probably would never pick up because they didn't come with the surfboards. But when in Maui, and when your girlfriend says fuck it, you pick them up. So like I said, she said fuck it, pick them up, just so you can say you brought something back from Maui. So I did pick up the new Mcfarland Retro 66 Batman in the swimming trunks, which I really wish came with a surfboard. I looked up the surfboards on eBay. Nobody's selling just the surfboards, unfortunately. So they'll be without surfboards, unfortunately. But I also did pick up Joker. And these are the 2 figures that I said I want to take back to Maui with me and throw them on the beach, because they're in swim trunks. I think that would be perfect. So the other thing I did pick up from Maui is the Mcfarland Toys Bat Cycle. What was it? The Joker or Hell Cycle, something like that. I don't even remember the name. But I did pick this up. I do already have this, but it was on clearance for $8 from $30 to $8. And I thought, you know what? I do already have one of these, but for $8, I could have another one. And you know what? Nosferatu and Doc Knock can ride matching bikes together into the distance, into the moonlight, and look pretty badass doing it. So I went ahead and picked up another one of those. I said, fuck it, $8. So yeah, guys, that's been this week's haul, and yeah, it's been a good one. Like I said, this was more of just like, fuck, that's just a way better, more superior version. The body is better. However, the head sculpt I did not like. And then when I saw that head swap on Toy Shiz, I was like, all right, that's what I need to do. So I went ahead and did it already. And yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this guy, but this is definitely the version that's going to be displayed for me. He definitely is the definitive version. I do have a DC Direct version that's not technically an action figure. It's the size of an action figure, but he doesn't move at all. He's more of a statue action figure. So I'm sure when I do my comparison video between these two, I'll throw him in there. And I'm sure when I do my individual reviews for these guys, I'll also bring them in just so you guys can see a different version. So yeah, guys, with that being said, that's basically it for this week's toy haul. So why don't we go ahead and talk about this week's news, because like I said, it is Toy Fair weekend, and although Toy Fair is not happening, much like the past 2 years during these would-be events and cons, these companies are releasing news and reveals because that's what they do. They want to give us the same stuff that they would have been giving us in the weekend, even if it means it's just online. So the first one, I don't know if it was supposed to tie in with the Mezco Con that was going on, but Mezco did tease and release solicitations for their Rumble Society Atticus Doom. And man, does this guy look insane. And he comes with a lot of great mystical, weird accessories and whatnot. But, it's just not my thing personally. I'm just not into the magical, mystical stuff. And, I feel like that's more of catered to somebody that can really utilize Photoshop and stuff, because you're utilizing stuff to float, you're hiding wires and all this stuff. And that's just not my personal forte. I do everything practical as much as I can. I don't Photoshop anything out. That's just not my thing, because I just don't know how to do it. So that's my fault. But yeah, it's a great looking figure. Comes with a bunch of great accessories. If you want to pick it up. I don't know if it's waitlisted yet or if it's still open for pre-order, but yeah, guys, it's a great looking Rumble Society figure. However, it's just not my cup of tea in terms of what I want to use it for toy photography, and that's the way we're looking at things this year in 2022. If it's not going to fit, and give me any ideas to shoot with in terms of toys, then it's going to be an easy pass for me for that reason. Not because it's a bad figure, just because it's not my cup of coffee. I said tea earlier, and I always forget this is coffee and toys. I need to say coffee. But in other news, guys, the big news of MezCon 2022, in my opinion, which I don't know if anything will top this the rest of the weekend, they announced a 1/12 collective The Batman figure coming fucking soon. Fuck yeah. I have already mentally prepared to buy 4 of these guys, because I'm going to utilize the shit out of it. That the first one's going to get worn out. The second one may get worn out. And so I'll take better care of the fourth one. But yeah, I am super excited for that figure. Could not be more stoked. In fact, this week's unboxing is actually related to the Batman, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, guys, super excited. Like I said, it's just day 1 of MezcoCon on Friday, so there's going to be more announcements to come on Saturday and Sunday, so we will talk about all those next week on the episode. They also teased and revealed a 1/12 collective Snake Eyes. Now, I am not a big G.I. Joe fan, but I think that may be a pickup for me, because that just looks amazing. And maybe taking the head off and putting Gomez's head on there and utilizing just that body, I think would be absolutely amazing. So I may have to pick him up depending on the price point and when he comes out and whatnot. So that is it in terms of the Mezco news for right now. Like I said, it is just the beginning of MezCon 2022 today on Friday. So they have said that there are plenty of reveals and teases to come Saturday and Sunday of this weekend. So we will talk about all of those next week. They did have a few other announcements like a 5 points and one of those dolls, but we only talk 112 Collective here unless it's a 5 points related to, you know, Batman or something in that realm. But yeah, so next up, why don't we go ahead and talk about NECA? They have been teasing like crazy today. Why don't we go ahead and start off with the first one that I want to bring up? Not so much that I'm excited for, but an idea that I'm excited for. So NECA did reveal their ultimate Elton John figure, and it looks really good. Don't get me wrong, I personally am not an Elton John fan. However, the idea that they are starting to release artists does get me very excited, because I don't know if you can see, but I have a bunch of band pictures and posters all around that are like behind all my toys and everything. And so yeah, I'm hoping that they do, you know, Guns N' Roses, Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Beatles, Stones, you know. I'm really hoping that that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to dip their toes in the artist music area and see what they can get and see what the reaction is. So that's why I want to bring him up. Like I said, I'm not personally an Elton John fan, so I'm more excited about the direction that they're going and the idea of them potentially doing more music artists in the near future. So yeah, up next, let's go ahead and talk about their 1/4 scale Leonardo. Man, these things are so cool. I really do wish I can pick them up and collect them myself. However, I just don't have the space, so these things are going to remain unbought from me personally. But this thing does look insane. It does look incredible. And I do have a 1/4 scale, or maybe it's a 1/4 scale, or that, my dumbass, that is 1/4 scale, Leonardo from the 2003 series from when I was a kid. So yeah, I mean, I do own one. So I just don't have him on display because he's so big. Well, technically I do have him on display, just in another room on my extra shelf. Yeah, so talking about Ninja Turtles, guys. Playmates, we're going to talk about Playmates just for a sec. Not that we're going to really dip into them, but Playmates today revealed their new Last Ronin 4-inch Ninja Turtle, and it looks like a kid's toy. I mean, what are we playing? What are we fooling with? Playmates comes out with kids' toys, you know, and that's the thing, you know. They're not collector's toys, and I'm personally not the collector to be like, oh, it's a Ninja Turtle thing I have to buy just because it's Ninja Turtle. Thankfully, someone saw that NECA on their Twitter page happened to change their Twitter profile pic to this. A NECA Ultimate Last Ronin. Fuck yes, guys. I cannot wait to get my hands on this figure. I absolutely love the comic series. It's finally going to be wrapping up in March with the final issue, and I'm hoping that the figure's release coincides with that. But we're going to have to wait and see on that. But that is one figure that I am definitely super excited for, right along with the Batman from Mezco. I really don't know which one I am more excited for, because Mezco does Batman so well, NECA does TMNT so well. It is just like, fuck. I mean, if both those figures come out this year, which I'm really hoping they do, they'll be top 2 figures of the year, like hands down. I don't think anything, in my opinion, will top those 2 figures in this year if those 2 figures are released within this year. In my opinion, I think the collecting community will go crazy over those. Well, I don't know about the collecting community, but my personal list, those 2 will be the top 2 list no matter what. So yeah, guys, super excited about that. And right before I was going to film, I happened to jump on Instagram, and I did see that NECA also revealed and teased their Universal Monsters Mummy accessory pack that comes with a sarcophagus and an Egyptian chest to put his Egyptian Cheston. So it's like a Russian doll kind of situation. So yeah, super cool. I mean, they haven't even given us the figure yet. I have it on pre-order, so when it gets in, I'll definitely be doing a review and letting you guys know about it. So that is it when it comes to NECA news. So why don't we go ahead and move on to some McFarland toys. So no news in the DC multiverse realm. I'm sure they're saving all of that for their McFarland Toys Fair, which Todd said is coming, I believe, February 24th, 25th, and 26th of next week. So stay tuned for that. But they did reveal and release solicitations for their next wave of their Batman retro line, which is Boxing Riddler and Boxing Batman, Penguin, and Catwoman. And as you can see, I'm basically all in on this line, so I'll most likely be picking them all up. And so catch the reviews here on CoolFigurez once I get my hands on them, because at least what I'll give them is at least the Batman and the Riddler have boxing gloves and it's a different sculpt, whereas these guys are the same sculpt with just swim trunks on, and they really could have thrown in a surfboard. I would have paid an extra $1 or $2 for that. I wish they would have thrown in a surfboard instead of those, accessories that go on the wrist. I mean, don't get me wrong, those are really cool, but I think a surfboard would have been better. But that's just me. So next up, why don't we go ahead and talk about the last franchise here. I know I said there's a lot of news, but I guess there's not too much news, but next week should be full of it because we'll have both Saturday and Sunday's build up. So Star Wars, guys. Did you remember Cad Bane made his appearance in Boba Fett? Well, they're giving you Cad Bane from the Bad Batch instead. So I guess that Cad Bane is going to be coming later on. But yeah, they did solicit and reveal the new Cad Bane from the Bad Batch. I don't have the first version. I didn't pick up this version. Don't get me wrong, Cad Bane's a great character. I absolutely love him as a character. He's a very enjoyable character, but he's just never been a figure or a character that I'm like, I need a figure of him, So I definitely passed on him, and it was an easy pass. And next up was another easy pass, and it seems like it was an easy pass for most of the collecting community. I think most of the collecting community could agree on this one, and that is the brand new Black Series Black Chrysanta. So yeah, it's just basically a Chewbacca painted black. And a lot of people are realizing that and saying that, and a lot of people are saying, why didn't you just reuse the Wampa body and put a Black Chrysanta head on it? That would have been a lot better in terms of size proportion and whatnot. But obviously Hasbro's gonna Hasbro, so yeah, I guess get your wonky half-assed Black Chrysantas now if you want. So yeah, guys, that is basically it in terms of news. Like I said, it's Toy Fair weekend, so we're probably gonna get a lot more Saturday and Sunday. We've gotten quite a bit leading up, but I feel like a lot of toy companies were saving up for this weekend, obviously, and they're starting to trickle it out today. It's gonna really come out tomorrow, and Sunday will wrap it up, obviously. So I'm sure next week will be jam-packed full of toy news. So until then, guys, that wraps up this week's toy news. So why don't we go ahead and move on to this week's unboxing? And like I said, it does pertain to the new Batman movie. What exactly is it? It's my pre-orders from Mcfarland Toys. So yes, I do already have Batman. Yes, I do already have Riddler. I believe I bought the wave pack, so I think I also got the bike and Catwoman. And I've seen Catwoman in person. I think I'm going to just sell her on offer up for cost. I'm probably going to keep the bike, though. You can never have too many bikes. So, yeah, with that being said, why don't we go ahead and get into this unboxing? Man, that's some tasty coffee. It came back with literally like 16 bags of Hawaiian coffee. I absolutely love it. And, yeah, I bought like 16 bags. So, yeah, guys. Also, I think I'm going to go ahead and put these guys in my Hawaiian display since they do have swim trunks on. And looks like they're ready to go to the beach and whatnot. So, I'm going to go ahead and stick these guys back there. There we go. They actually look really good. Let me see if I can move my chair. I can't. So I'll try to remember to take a picture of them and insert it right here. But yeah, guys. So let's go ahead and get on into this week's unboxing. So it is a big box. Like I said, I ordered the whole wave back when it went up for pre-order, and since then I did find it in stores. So didn't really need it. But why don't we go ahead and tear it open because, well, we have it. So let's go ahead and move some stuff out of the way so that we can make some base. Thank you, Joker. Let's go ahead and put the box right here. I don't want to show my address. So there we go. So got my handy dandy Batman knife to cut into this. And so we got that end. We got that end. And now down the middle. Oh, obviously didn't get this in quite well enough. Ooh, there we go. Alright, so honestly, guys, I'm kind of hoping that my Batman has that QC issue where they painted the eye straight. And if he does, I'm keeping him. I'm not going to sell him or, you know, get rid of him in any sense. So we'll find out right now because he's at the very top of the box. So, you know what? I'll go ahead and let you guys take a look at it first. Is he cross-eyed? Is he side-eyed? Or is he looking straight? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm going to look at it in 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, he isn't looking straight. He has that side eye. Oh man. Okay. Next up, we do have the Riddler, which the side eye really isn't too visible because he's wearing glasses and whatnot. But if you look really close, you still see the side eye. So yeah, there's that. And then next up, like I said, you do get Catwoman in this wave. And is she looking straight? I think my Catwoman is looking straight. No. Is she? No, she has that side eye too. Yeah, so I'll probably end up selling her on offer. I'll probably end up selling all 3 of these on offer because, like I said, I do already have these, and I don't need them, so I'll probably just sell them on offer up to get my money back. But I will be definitely keeping the Bat Cycle because fucking A, you can never have too many cycles, and as a toy photographer, you know, that's even more true. So yeah, that's basically this week's unboxing. Well, actually, in fact, since I've already unboxed this on my TikTok and stuff, if you didn't know, I do actually have a TikTok at CoolFigurez where I do all my unboxings. Why don't we go ahead and unbox this because I think this week we should get a double unboxing because the last few episodes I don't think I've actually done an unboxing. I've kind of been forgetting, so I'll make it up and we'll do a double unboxing. And I guess this was kind of like a quadruple 1+1 because we did pull out 4 things out of that box. It wasn't just one. But anyways, moving on, let's go ahead and pull the Bat Cycle out. Throw the box there. And there we have the Bat Cycle all out of its packaging. Super cool. So we actually got 2 Bat Cycles in the same week, which is actually really cool. I don't know if this box is, you know what? Go ahead and put this box right here. I don't know if it's in the shop, but hopefully now it's not. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. Cut this off. Should be the last one. Yep. And there we go. Like I said, you can never have too many Bat Cycles. So there is the Bat Cycle. I can always put somebody else on this and just throw it in the background. So super cool. Super excited to have another one of these. Like I said, now I have 2 Bat Cycles in the same week. I forgot this one needs the kickstand that it comes with. So let me go ahead and pull that out so that I can stand it up. There we go. Throw that over there. And now we have the Bat Cycle. So that wraps up this week's episode of Coffee and Toys, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. And like I said, join me this Wednesday for Coffee and Toys Live with Diamond Select's marketing manager, Zach O. I'm super excited to talk to him. I hope you guys are super excited to see that. Like I said, I will be posting a question story thing on my story on Monday, so stay tuned for that. Look out for that. Leave me some questions to ask him. And yeah, guys, as always, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy days to watch my videos, to listen to me. I really do appreciate each and every single one of you that hit that subscribe button, that hit that like button, that leave comments, or just take time out of your busy day to watch my video. So with that being said, guys, I've been your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector, and aloha, mahalo, and remember to live Pono. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find the full images over on Instagram at CoolFigurez. And I do have a separate Instagram account for my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics called Epic Shots. by CoolFigurez. Check it out. If you like what you see, leave me a follow there as well. And if you guys want to see the unboxing of any figures I do reviews on for this channel, go ahead and check me out over on TikTok at CoolFigurez. That's where I post all my unboxings. And join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news, toy talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. But whether or not you're a subscriber, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. I really appreciate it. As always, I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you so much to this channel sponsor, Mcfarland Store. Check them out for all your Funko Pop, anime, Pokemon card, and toy print needs. And of course, use code CoolFigurez at checkout for 10% off your order. Mcfarland Store. Check them out, guys.